Hey everyone, welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith. I'm here at the GTS Distribution Come and Play Day in Atlanta, and I'm here with Cosmo from Paizo.
Hello.
Yes, thank you for joining me. You've brought with you a large box.
Yeah.
This is another in the Pathfinder Adventure card game series. Mm-hmm. And this is a game that we have featured on these videos in the past. So if you're interested in some of the specific, or I guess the general gameplay mechanics, you can go back and check out those videos. I'll put a link to them in the description of this one. But here, we're going to talk about some of the new elements because this isn't just new cards, there's new mechanics as well.
It's a whole new story.
That's right. So what is the story? What's the setting here?
This is the Wrath of the Righteous adventure path.
Right.
And in our world of Galarian, there is a tear in reality itself. And it's opened up and it's a portal straight to hell.
Oh, dear.
And out of this world wound, demons are just pouring out.
Okay.
Luckily, there is an association of paladins who've surrounded this world wound and are holding the demons back. Where our story starts, the demons have organized themselves and they're attempting to punch their way out, and the paladins have enlisted the help of some adventurers to reinforce them and help them push the demons back. In the Wrath of the Righteous, it is all about demons. So we've got some particularly nasty folks here.
Okay, we have a few here, right?
We have a few here. We've got the Bimorak, the evil goat demon Savash. We've got cultists, worm demons, giant maggot swarm. So some pretty big nasties, and they don't really get much bigger than this guy. He'll be wandering around, and
I dare you to pronounce his name.
Cormat. Bill, I think. That's actually pronounced Bill.
Okay, good.
It's an odd spelling, but it's a pretty standard demon name.
It's a fantasy world. We're not going to challenge it.
Exactly,
All right.
exactly.
I'm noticing something about this immediately. Just kind of worrisome, I think.
Yeah.
Because I've played this game before.
Right,
I understand how the rules work. What is with this? The check is 50.
Yeah.
His combat is 50.
Yeah. So this is our normal
right, like
villain,
a reasonable 6
for the first,
or 15.
You don't want to run into him, and you might. The Wrath of the Righteous is an epic story, and we use our mythic rules, and you are trying to save the world. Luckily, with baddies like this, you got to have some heroes.
Okay, do we have some?
Well, I have some heroes for you.
These are scaring me. Let's go take a look at some heroes.
Right.
Okay, this is looking a little more positive.
Right.
These are some heroes to help deal with this.
Yeah.
Bill and his horde. Sela, though, that one looks familiar to me.
Yeah, this is our iconic paladin, Sela. She's back for this game, of course, because you're fighting demons. You want a paladin at your side.
Certainly.
She's going to have a few different.
Her abilities are different.
A little bit different this time around, but still one of the strong, holy and melee type classes.
Yes, and Nora here is a new one, right?
So Nora is an Arcanist. She's from our advanced class guide classes, which are making their debut in the game here, and she is blasty. She can just spell after spell after spell. Just one of her cool things is that being an Arcanist, she can substitute her knowledge, which is a D12, for any check to acquire a spell. So she's all about getting the spells.
Getting the spells and then firing them out.
Exactly. And then
this is a little different, right?
This is Elaine. He's our Cavalier, which is a mounted fighter.
Right.
So of course, being a mounted fighter, he's got no spells, but he's got plenty of weapons. And he also has one of our new card types for Wrath of the Righteous is a cohort. This is what we call support cards.
Okay.
Cohorts bestow special abilities, and they, the Donahan is Elaine's trusty steed, and with Donahan in your hand, as Elaine, you have way more options and way more powers. Since you want to make sure you have your cohort.
Yes.
The cohorts will start in your opening hand and won't count towards your opening hand type.
Okay.
And cohorts will be cropping up in many different places throughout the storyline, not just the characters who have them.
So you can potentially acquire cohorts, you mean, throughout? Okay.
Exactly.
So along with the new characters, we have some new blessings, right?
Exactly. We've got new blessings. We've got new gods.
Okay.
For example, here we've Serenray is a god we've seen before. She's one of our good gods. She's our divine god of light. But also, in addition to our good gods,
Yes.
we now have some evil gods. You're going to see some evil blessings. As you can see here is the blessing
Do I
of
want
Braxis.
to get an evil blessing?
You know, they're still power.
They still give you a benefit.
They still give you a benefit. You
Okay.
can discard this card to add 1 die to any check.
Okay.
Abraxas will also has a special blessing for Arcana Divine checks, so that's a great. He
Okay.
adds 2 dice, so he's great for casters. However, if you'll notice, this card has the Corrupted trait, which is a new trait for Wrath of the Righteous.
Right.
This Corrupted god, it says here, after you've played him, if the top card of the Blessings discard pile also has the Corrupted trait, then you must discard an additional card
From your hand.
from your hand.
Oh, that's bad.
So
There's a cost.
There's a cost.
Yeah. Do I want to play? I need to play this, but do I want to play it now because I can see I'm going to have a negative effect?
Exactly. You want to wait till there's a good god
Right.
on top.
I gotcha.
You're messing with evil gods.
Yes.
It's going to have some downsides.
Okay.
And then finally, for Wrath of the Righteous, we have a brand new card. This is the Blessing of Ascension, and this actually replaces the old Blessing of the Gods. This is the new kind of generic blessing.
Right.
You can discard it to add 1 die to any check. If you encounter it, you'll automatically acquire it, just like Blessing of the Gods. However, the bottom ability here is discard this card to get a Mythic charge.
That sounds new.
That is new for
More new.
Wrath of the Righteous. This is, as I said, this is our Mythic adventure path, and this is where you're going to get your Mythic charges.
Okay.
So let me show you about Mythic paths.
Sounds good.
So as you can see here on the adventure card, the reward for finishing the first adventure is that each character chooses a Mythic path card.
Okay.
So the Mythic path cards you see here are basically your path to extra power. And
Mythic awesomeness,
Mythic
right?
awesomeness,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, I gotcha.
Heightened abilities.
Right.
For example, our Arcanist, let's say she chooses the Mythic Archmage.
Okay. Because the different mythic paths will provide benefits to specific attributes,
Exactly.
right? So you might want to pick one. You don't have to, but you can pick one that's tailored more to your particular attributes you might do more checks for, right?
Exactly. And you choose the one that goes along with your character choice.
Right.
Because like everything in the Pathfinder Adventure card game, you're making choices for your character that are individual to how you are going to play that
Right.
character and how that character plays.
Okay.
So, for example,
what's the benefit of
Inora
this?
wants to choose the Mythic Archmage because, as you can see, it says add your number of Mythic charges to your intelligence or charisma check. So
that blessing we saw that says add a charge, that's what it's referring to. So you add charges.
you add a Mythic charge. So this is what our Mythic charges look like.
It's tokens, gotcha.
So she's got a Mythic charge. Maybe, throughout the game, she picks up a couple more.
Okay.
And now Inora adds the number of Mythic charges to her intelligence or charisma checks. That's a +4. That's a pretty
That's a
powerful
big deal.
thing.
Yeah.
Furthermore, you can expend a charge, and if you do, you ignore Bane's immunities from this check. So if you're casting a fire spell at a demon who's immune to fire, that's, you
No
want
longer
your spell
immune to
to
that,
hit.
right?
It's no
Yes.
longer immune.
Okay.
And when you do, let's say your spell gave you a d12 plus a 1d4,
Yes.
you replace your highest die with new for
Yeah, there's never been a D20 in the
the
system.
D20 is new for Wrath of the Righteous. This is your Mythic die, so it's only better.
And if I understand correctly, if you expend another charge, for each charge you expend, you can keep replacing your highest value die with D20s.
And you start rolling
You can have
D20s.
this crazy.
Right.
Bill isn't seeming like it's impossible
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah. That bill comes down a little bit, and as I said before, Inora is blasty.
Right.
So, boom.
And it's going to take a while though to create that character and level up to that.
You build up
kind
to
of
that
strength.
ability.
Right.
Now, the warning is, characters have mythic paths. We also have some mythic challenges and mythic enemies.
Right.
And so you will see the D20, not just used for you, but also used against you.
Oh, lovely. Of course. Of course.
Because, Bill's not weak.
So we know there's bad things in this universe. They're affecting things, this tear, this wound. It's also affecting some of the equipment that we're going to come across, right?
That's right. I mentioned previously we had the corrupted trait on some of the evil gods. We also have some boons that have the corrupted trait. And as you see here, the corroded helm, whenever you use this corroded helm, as long as it has a corrupted trait, you have to bury a random card from your discard pile. So you
in addition to the good thing, it still has a good.
It still does a good thing, but it also hurts you a little bit. In Wrath of the Righteous, you will have the opportunity to redeem corrupted cards, and you can redeem this corrupted, this corroded helm, and remove the corrupted trait. And then you mark it off here on the redemption card.
Okay, so this is a checklist, is it, of different things that are corrupted in the game that you could redeem?
Exactly.
And then you mark it
check
off?
that off.
Okay.
And from that point forward, it no longer has that trait, and so it's just good. And it's part of the redemption plot of the overall game, of the overall Wrath of the Righteous adventure path. And also, as part of Pathfinder adventure card game, this is a choice that you make as you go through, and the game grows and expands based on the choices that you make. And so, what you choose to redeem and what you choose to let remain corrupted is individual to your own experience, and will have an impact on your game.
Okay, well, I feel like, Cosmo, I want to say, first of all, thank you, because you've given us a good overview of all the, a variety of the different different surprises people are going to find in here. We haven't spoiled all the cards, of course. There's plenty more for you to discover. There's tons and tons of cards in the game. When is this coming out? Is it out already?
It's out already,
available?
And we have the base set as well as Adventure Decks 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the character add-on pack.
Excellent. Well, again, thank you so much for giving us a look at this, Cosmo. And of course, to the rest of you, until the next episode, thanks for watching.